In this video, we are breaking down State Farm versus Lemonade renters insurance in a way that actually makes sense. No complicated terms, no generic summaries. We are going to walk through the actual screenshots from each company's website so you can see exactly how their coverage works, how their claim process looks, and what the sign-up experience is really like. I'm Erin from Insurance Wise, and if you're renting an apartment, a room, or even a house, this video is going to show you which provider fits your lifestyle better. Renters insurance should feel simple. It is supposed to protect your stuff, your peace of mind, and your wallet, not overwhelm you with jargon. So I am going to guide you through both platforms exactly the way you would experience them if you were shopping for insurance today, because both companies are very different and the right choice comes down to what you personally value. Let's start with Lemonade. Lemonade is the modern digital-first provider. Everything about their renter's insurance experience feels fast, clean, and effortless. And all of that starts right on their homepage. Before we do the walkthrough, make sure to click the link down below and it'll bring you to their homepage. The very first thing you see is a bold line that says renters insurance that keeps your stuff safe. It's simple, direct, and instantly tells you what the product is about. Underneath, they mention that it's renter tested and landlord approved with prices starting from $5 a month, which already sets expectations for affordability. The entire page is light, it's minimalistic, and full of friendly illustrations. You see a sketch of a bike, headphones, a laptop, items that most renters actually own. Lemonade does this on purpose. They want the page to feel familiar and non-intimidating so that insurance doesn't look like this big, overwhelming purchase. The pink check our prices button is centered and impossible to miss. Lemonade really prioritizes a guided step-by-step quote experience, and visually everything pushes you in that direction. Lemonade reinforces trust by showing that they are one of the most loved renters insurance options in America. They highlight a 4.9 star rating in the App Store and top ratings from ClearAssurance and other independent reviewers. What's great is they don't overload you with paragraphs of text here. It's a clean, confidence-building moment. The message is essentially you can trust us because thousands of other renters already do. Next, they highlight something that really sets Lemonade apart is their speed. So they emphasize that you can get covered in as little as 90 seconds. The visuals here are simple: guitar, sneakers, AirPods, a phone, so each with a little check mark indicating that these items can be protected. What Lemonade is really telling you is that you don't need phone calls, meetings with an agent, or long forms. It's almost instant. And if you are someone who likes things to be quick and straightforward, this is where Lemonade starts to stand out. The page feels like it's designed for renters who want to get insured without stopping their day. So what does Lemonade renters insurance covers? So this part is where Lemonade starts to explain what you are actually paying for. They describe renters insurance as protection for your personal property and liability, but instead of diving into technical terms, they translate everything into everyday chaos. They show examples like what happens if someone steals your bike. Crime and vandalism coverage pays for your stuff if it's damaged or stolen. If a water leak ruins your stuff, so water damage coverage protects you if your electronics get drenched or your pipes cause a mess. If a fire damages your belongings, or if someone gets hurt in your home and decides to sue you, so fire and smoke protection has you covered if things get a little heated. Lemonade wants renters to see immediately that the policy is designed for real-life situations, not obscure insurance events. And for beginners, this style of explanation is incredibly helpful. You don't need to interpret legal wording. You can literally match the examples to situations that could realistically happen in your apartment. Then Lemonade highlights its claims process again because this is one of their biggest selling points. The layout shows us two phones side by side, one where you can record or explain what happened, and another where the system instantly gives you an approval. They emphasize that there is no paperwork, no hassle, and no waiting, and this is part of what makes Lemonade feels so different from traditional insurance. Claims aren't these long, stressful ordeals. They are handled through AI, and many are fully resolved within seconds. For renters who have never filed a claim before, this kind of simplicity is extremely appealing. So we are in their FAQ section. Each box focuses on one topic. What is renters insurance? So it's a safety net for tenants, providing help if unfortunate incidents affect you or belongings. You have whether you're protected outside your home, what if something I own gets stolen outside of my home, how to cancel, how filing a claim works, and how much the policy might cost. What I love about this layout is that everything is visually clean. Each question is short, it's clickable, and you're not hit with a wall of text, and it makes the entire concept of renters insurance feel manageable, even if this is your very first time learning about it. Finally, Lemonade highlights its starting price one more time and guides you into the quote process. The interface is extremely simple. It greets you by name and asks for your home address, and then they will go ahead and email you the quote. So this onboarding flow feels more like a checking out on a shopping app than enrolling in an insurance policy. It's personal, friendly, and designed to remove friction at every step. Now let's take a look at State Farm, a provider with a very different style. If Lemonade is the playful, modern, fast option, State Farm is the established, traditional provider that focuses on reliability, bundling, and broad protection. And you can immediately feel that difference the moment you land on their renter's insurance page. State Farm opens with a warm, homey visual, a living room setup, plants, cozy furniture. Their message is more traditional. Renters insurance is positioned as a security blanket for the things you own and rely on. So layout's clean, but feels more structured, more classic, where Lemonade feels more youthful and minimalist. State Farm feels more grounded and reassuring. Right away, they also highlight the ability to bundle renters and auto insurance to save up to $834, which is one of State Farm's biggest competitive advantages. This bundling option is something Lemonade simply does not offer. So if you already use State Farm for your car insurance, your savings could be significant. State Farm organizes everything into three categories. We've got coverages, discounts, and claims. Each has its own panel with a photo and a short description. This layout makes State Farm feel more methodical. It's not trying to feel trendy, it's trying to feel thorough. If you're the kind of renter who likes knowing every detail before signing anything, State Farm's layout is designed for you. Then we've got bundle renters and auto. So State Farm emphasizes bundling again. There's a box where you can enter your zip code to bundle a quote instantly. The messaging makes it clear that bundling isn't just an option, it's one of their biggest value propositions. This is an advantage if you're someone who prefers to keep all of your insurance policies under one company. It simplifies your billing, your coverage management, and often your overall cost. State Farm also includes a detailed explainer about what information you need to get a renter's quote. They list things like your address, insurance history, prior claims, and the safety features in your unit. Compared to Lemonade's quick 2-minute sign up, State Farm asks for more details, which means the process can take longer, but that also means State Farm can tailor your policy more deeply based on your home and your history and your risk profile. It feels like a more traditional underwriting process, which is more thorough and precise. Their FAQ section is much more detailed than Lemonade's. The questions cover policy requirements, roommate coverage, pet coverage, claim timelines, and even whether renters insurance starts immediately. This part of the site is clearly designed for people who want to understand every angle before making a decision. It feels more formal and information heavy, which some renters prefer. When you compare State Farm and Lemonade, the biggest factor isn't the company, it's you. If you're someone who wants everything handled quickly inside an app, who likes instant updates, fast claims, and doesn't want to talk on the phone, Lemonade is designed around that modern digital first experience. But if you prefer having an agent you can call, someone who can walk you through questions, help you bundle coverage, or guide you through a complex situation, State Farm gives you that traditional support system. It really comes down to how you want to interact with your insurance company. Some people want speed and convenience, others want reassurance and human help. There is no right or wrong, it's about what feels safest for you. What most renters overlook. Most renters think insurance is only about protecting their furniture or electronics, but the real value and the reason renters insurance exists is liability protection. That's what covers you if someone gets hurt in your home, or if you accidentally cause damage that spreads to someone else's unit, a leak, kitchen fire, guests slipping and falling. These aren't rare situations, they happen every day, and the way State Farm and Lemonade handle those situations is different. Lemonade resolves claims incredibly fast, which helps when you need immediate reimbursement, and State Farm gives you a personal agent, which helps when the situation is complicated and you want guidance. So as you compare them, go beyond which one's cheaper and think about which type of support you would want if something actually went wrong. Which one is better? So after walking through both platforms, which one is better? Honestly, it depends entirely on what you care about. Lemonade gives you speed, simplicity, and a beautifully digital experience. Everything from signing up to filing a claim is designed to be fast and frictionless. If you're young, tech-friendly, renting your first apartment, or you just prefer a clean, app-based experience, Lemonade feels almost effortless. State Farm, on the other hand, leads into reliability, bundling, and long-term stability. Their process is more detailed, and their coverage explanations are deeper. If you already have insurance with State Farm, or you like having an agent you can talk to, or you prefer a more traditional insurance structure, then State Farm is the stronger fit. Both providers are legitimate, both will protect your belongings, both handle claims professionally. The real difference is whether you want something fast and modern or something classic and comprehensive. So that was the complete walkthrough of State Farm versus Lemonade Renters Insurance, using the exact screenshots you'd see if you were shopping for coverage yourself, but broken down. If this helped you understand the differences between the two, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which provider you'd personally choose. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Erin from Insurance Wise, and I'll see you in the next one.